Good afternoon now, and welcome back to Big Spring. We're at Lady Steer Field for the third and decisive game here of this regional semifinal series between Jim Ned and thank you very much. Yes, sorry. Thank you. Sorry, the lineup for Jim Ned just came in the press box, and they were nice enough to let me stop and take a picture. It is the decisive game 3 of the regional semifinal between Jim Ned and Shallowater. Jim Ned won game 1 Thursday night 9-6. Fillies jumped out to a 5-0 lead here in game number 2, held on for a 7-6 win and forced a game 3. Fillies won the toss. They'll be the home team. So Gracie Banks and the Fillies taking the field as we'll get underway here momentarily. We already had the meeting behind the plate, but no pregame festivities, introductions like before. We're just going to rock and roll. Like I said, we just got Jim Ned's lineup card here in the press box. And Fillies came into this series with a 13-game win streak that started back on March 10th. That streak came to an end with the game 1 loss to Jim Ned. Jim Ned came in with a 16-game streak, extended it to 17 after game 1, but that streak snapped now. That's their first loss since back on March 3rd. And the Fillies, Lady Indians, still alive. The winner of this series will take on Iowa Park. Iowa Park champions of District 7. They took out Bushland District 1 champions at Lubbock Cooper High School this week. They played game 1 Thursday night. The Lady Hawks won 3-1. And then yesterday afternoon, they played game 2 at 1 o'clock there again at Lubbock Cooper. 15-0 win for Iowa Park. They've punched their ticket to the regional final. They're waiting for the winner of game number 3 in Big Spring here today, and it is hot. Hottest day of the week. Gracie Banks back in the circle for the Fillies. She's pitched every inning for the Fillies so far, and again was able to retire the heart of the order. 2-3-4 due up in the 7th inning with the game on the line, and Gracie is able to retire them. And here we go, 3:09, looks like maybe 3:10 first pitch here for game number 3. Gabby Cabrera is back in the batter's box. Let's see, they've got her. I need to kind of jot down what they got here. Lawson, Nunez, Walker, Sanders, Tilley, Nielsen, Jones. So they put Jones in the 8th spot. She'll stay there.
Now batting number 13, Cabrera.
Here we go, left fielder for Jim Ned, set to start this one off, and she looks at strike number 1. This one lifted to left center field. Stevenson makes a running catch for out number 1. Nice play out there by Skylar Stevenson. Cabrera was flying out of the box too. Looked like she might have a hit. But now Charlie Lawson at the plate. Center fielder. Sorry, I'm still writing in the book. Like I said, we decided, hey, the game's about to start. We need to start this pregame show. Quick First United Bank pregame shows. We were still waiting on lineups that came in the door of the press box right after we went live here on NFHS. Appreciate you spending your afternoon with us. That one fouled away by Lawson. Jaden Nunez will start this game in the circle. She ended the last game. She came on in relief, pitched the last 3 innings, and gave Jim Ned a chance to come back. She started game 1. Paige Wilson came on to relieve her and pitched the last 5 innings of game 1 Thursday night. Let's see, Gracie Banks making her 3rd start. And back-to-back starts. She was pretty efficient in game 1 today, or game 2, excuse me. It's game 2 of the series, game 1 earlier today. She gets a foul ball right there, so her stamina will be huge, and I feel like that's an advantage you got to give Jim Ned as they've pitched a couple. They've got Nunez and Wilson a little bit fresher than Gracie Banks, but Gracie will battle, no doubt. One-two count here on Lawson. Off speed, Lawson stayed with it to spoil it. Spoils that strikeout pitch. Number 17. Sorry, I'm still filling in my book here. That one outside for 2-2, and he said it sounded like audibly like he called a strike. That's why she turned around and said, was that a strike? But it's 2-2. He fooled me too, because I thought he did call that a ball, right? It was low and outside. You see Angel Flores standing behind home plate right now. Angel wearing his suit on a 90-plus degree day. If you know the Shallow Water Sports Network, that's their playoff tradition, he and Zach Cole. And he came out with a gray suit and a black shirt today. He is as hot as anybody at the place. In the shade right now. He's not allowed on the field here in Big Spring. So he's behind the backstop now, running the main cam. Another foul ball. This one may be playable. It stayed in the park, but just no way. Phoenix, Kinsey, and Reese Connor, who's out in right field now. Reese Connor will start in right field. Ava Martinez has moved over to the left. Kaya Aranya, a little gimpy. But another 2-2 pitch here as Lawson's working a good one. But that one stayed inside the fence, but again, it was far enough out behind first base that Kinsey Banks and Phoenix Navahar couldn't get there, and just too far of a run for Reese Connor, but they all gave a run at it. Still trying to get the lineup set. 2 on the other side. So here's another 2-2 from Gracie. Popped up again, a good at bat here for Charlie Lawson in the 2 spot. Swing, foul tip, but it finds the glove of Kenzie Sue. And 2 away, first strikeout of this game for Gracie Banks, she struck out 4. She ended the bottom of the 7th inning with a strikeout. She got 1 hit and left 1 on base. The tying run was on first, but she gets the K. The 5-hole hitter. And now 2 away, fouled back for Jaden Nunez. Nunez has hit the ball well in this series. Now that I have their lineup set, now I can pull up Game Changer again. Nunez was 3 for 4 in game number 2. Pops this one up. So an 0-2 count here. And again, Gracie got to be efficient. She threw 92 pitches in game number 2. A little while ago, 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. She also struck out 4. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 2 here in game number 3. And the Phillies retire the Indians in order. We'll be back for the bottom of the first here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in 2-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Fillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallow Water Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
Back in Big Spring, Nathan Riojas here with Jake Warren and Angel Flores. I cannot speak highly enough of Jake Warren and Angel Flores, their effort today. I mean, what Jake and the crew do every game, every broadcast is pretty amazing, especially here in baseball with wireless camera out in the outfield, you know, a dugout cam. They've got all the bells and whistles, all the cool stuff. But, man, to do it on a day where the equipment is not built for 90-plus degree days, swapping out batteries, charging batteries with just 30 minutes in between Game 2 and Game 3. Really appreciate what Jake and Angel do to bring you these broadcasts. Gracie Banks retired Jim Ned in order, got 2 strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And the Phillies, who won the toss, come up for their first at-bat here in the bottom of the first. Gracie Banks will lead off like she always does. Gracie was 2 for 5 in game number 2. She looks at strike 1 there. Nunez, who started game 1 and only pitched 2 innings, gave up a 6th spot in the second, was replaced by Paige Wilson. Paige Wilson came in and shut it down. Just gave up 1 hit, issued 2 walks, and they won 9-6. Gracie lifts this one to right field. Some miscommunication and an error on the right fielders. That one hits the turf, and that was probably playable for both of them. They couldn't decide who gets it. And she reaches on error, ends up on second base on the E9, and she's slow to get up out there. That's Piper Tilley, who's had a really good series. Not sure. And Erica Jones will make the walk out to right field and check on Tilley. But like I was saying, Nunez, the starter in game 1, pitched the first 2 innings, gave up 6 in the second. 3 home runs for the Phillies in the second inning of game number 1 on Thursday night. And Paige Wilson comes in, just 1 hit allowed, no runs, and only issued a couple of walks. Really kept the Phillies off the bases, shut them down. Wilson got the start in game number 2 here today, and the Phillies were able to pick her up a little bit better. 9 hits through 4 innings, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, just 2 strikeouts. So Nunez came in for the last 3. Nunez shut it down and gave Jim Nett a chance to come back. She pitched 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, but neither one of them earned. She issued 2 walks. She struck out 2. And Tilly is trying to walk it off. She's on her feet. There's nobody else on the field out there, so maybe Piper just going to take a little bit of time to loosen back up and shake it off. So a bit of a pause here to start. And you see Gracie Banks leaving second base. She'll be replaced there by Reese. No, not Reese, because Reese is in right field. Eden Schlimmer is courtesy running. I'm so used to saying that because Reese always runs, but Reese now starting in right field. So we've got Schlimmer at second base. Skylar Stevenson near home plate, but again, a long talk out there with the trainer, Piper Tilly, who's moved over to center field, hopping around. Tilly looks like she's going to stay out there, so nobody else comes on the field. Coach Jones and the trainer walking out. And we're good to go. It's Piper Tilly, who was 1 for 3 with an RBI in game number 2, stays in the game. Leadoff runner on. Schlimmer, courtesy running at second base for Gracie Banks. And here's Skylar Stevenson.
Now batting number 3, Stevenson.
Stevenson was 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. She also walked in game number 2. She's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Swing and a miss at a high one for strike 1. Yeah, Nunez really sharp in relief today. Gave up 2 the first inning she came into work, but shut the Phillies down at the end of the game, gave them a chance. That was a good pitch on the outside. She didn't get the call. That's a good take right there by Stevenson. And it's 2-1 now. Skylar lifts this one, playable in left field, and out number 1, hauled in by Gabby Cabrera. It's now Cambry Baker coming to the plate. Cambry was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored in game number 2. See if she can keep this rolling.
Now batting number 7, Baker.
I've been trying to manifest a home run, a postseason home run for Cam Baker. We've seen her hit so many in her career. She can crush a softball. Hasn't sent one over the fence recently, but again, 3 for 4 in game number 2. She might be the toughest out in the lineup. It's 2-0 now for Cam. That one in the dirt, 3-0. She's taking her share of 4-pitch walks, too. On-base percentage is through the roof for Baker because of those walks, too. She can crush, but they don't pitch it to her a lot. There's a called strike on the outer half. Looked like she was taken all the way. See if she gets a pitch to hit here, 3-1. First base open. It's the bottom of the first of game number 3. That one was loaned away, and she cued it out into right field, just didn't get it far enough away. Indiana Jones is able to run under it for out number 2. And now Phoenix Navajar at the plate. Phoenix was 1 for 4. That one hit was a 3-run home run. Probably the biggest hit of the game for the Phillies. She looks at a called strike on the outside corner. Nunez is hitting her spots. She has been on today. That one outside, but her catcher, Hallie Nielsen's been set up outside. That's, like I said, she's hitting the mitt. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss on one that was outside. Got her to chase that one. That was a little bit closer to the strike zone. Phoenix swings over the top of it. 1-2, excuse me. 2 away here in the bottom. Bottom of the first. That one outside. It's 2-2. Both Nunez and Wilson for Jim Ned both have a nasty changeup. And you wonder, 2-2 count right here. That's what she gets. Phoenix stays on it but pops it up behind the circle and hauled in by Hadley Sanders. So an error to start the bottom of the first, stranded at second base. Nunez able to work around it, and we are scoreless after 1. We'll be right back to Big Spring here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
I often tell people that we're in the service business. We just happen to fix cars. The people of Lubbock, the people of West Texas really speak to me. We make sure that the car's fixed right, and we also do that with exceptional customer service. We're removing frustration, stress, anxiety. We truly are trying to renew peace of mind to our customers. Really want to focus on that as far as the culture that we have in Renew Collision.
An uneventful first inning, and we're scoreless as we start the second. 4, 5, 6 coming up for the Lady Indians. Lauren Walker, the shortstop, her first at bat in this game. Looks at a called strike on the outside. Walker was 2 for 4 with the run scored in game 2. Thought about swinging at that one up and out of the zone. Gracie almost got a swing out of her. Good plate discipline to hold up and even the count. Line drive to center field. Skylar a few steps over to her right, and she hauls it in for out number 1 here in the top of the second. Hadley Sanders now coming to the plate, third baseman. She was 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored in game number 2. See if she can stay hot this afternoon. That pitch outside, she showed bunt. And if you're watching at home, it might be hard to tell, especially if you're watching on your phone or iPad, if you're on the road somewhere. Both teams in their home white uniforms. Phillies have red hats and red socks. Jim Ned has blue socks and blue hats. That's about the only way. Of course, the batting helmet is red for Sanders at the plate right now. That ball low, and it's 2-0 now for Sanders. Trying to improve on her 3-hit day so far. First at bat here in game number 3. That one was low and away. So 3-0 for Sanders. That one down the middle for strike 1. Hadley looking like she might still be thinking about a bunt. Swings, chopper to Gracie. Gracie a quick throw. And almost too quick. She maybe could have set her feet. As that throw got away from Phoenix, it took Phoenix back into the base runner. May have actually hit Sanders. So an error for Banks there. E1 gets Sanders to first, and now Piper Tilley coming up to the plate. She was, oh no, then we may have a substitution here. Tilley was the one shaking up in right field. She started in right field. This is number 34, Lakin Bishop. So Lakin Bishop with her first at bat today. Ooh, foul ball right back to Kenzie's mask. Kenzie will take a minute.
Now batting number 34,
The
Bishop.
home plate umpire will walk out to give Kenzie a second. That one, I mean, right off of her face. Peyton came in to check on her. Now Jeremy's behind home plate to check on her as well. Just needs a minute. She'll get a drink of water. The only base runners so far in this game 3 reached via error. E9 got Gracie Banks on in the bottom of the first. E1 has Sanders at 2. Home plate umpire with the concussion protocol, maybe he's giving her the making sure that Kenzie's all right. So Sanders in scoring position, Lakin Bishop with an 0-1 count after that foul ball. She fouls another one back. That one to the screen. It's 0-2. Again, this is the 6th spot in the order. Bishop filling in for Tilley. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 here in game number 3 for Gracie Banks, and they're 2 away. Hallie Nielsen, the opposing catcher, is at the plate. Hallie was 1 for 3 in game number 2. Pops this one up. Phoenix calling for it on the right side of the infield, hauls it in, 1 pitch and 1 out. So an error and 1 left on base, but 0 is on the scoreboard as we head to the bottom of the 2nd.
GVI law, you're not hiring one attorney. You're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
We're back in Big Spring for the bottom of the 2nd. It's game number 3, the regional semifinal between Shallowater and Jim Ned. These two teams battling in the heat today in Big Spring at Lady Steer Field on the campus of Big Spring High School. They're trying to reach the regional finals. Jim Ned was here in the regional semifinals against River Road last year. Won game 1, River Road got games 2 and games 3. Phillies trying to represent West Texas. They'd love to do the same thing today. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Phillies to start the 2nd. Aspen Saiz at the plate. Aspen was 0 for 3 in game 2, drew a walk. She has had some big hits in the postseason. The 0-1 is outside to even the count, low and away. That one high for ball 2. And it's crazy to think, I mean, we were in La Mesa last week and it was cool and cloudy. Wore a hoodie to game number 2 last week, and it is hot for games number 2 and 3 today. Hot shot to the shortstop. She stays with it and makes the play. Nice hit by Aspen Saiz. She hit a shot out to Lauren Walker at short. It got on Walker fast, off her forearm, popped up in the air. She lost it in the air, but picked it up off the ground and makes the throw in time. So 1 away as Peyton Ramirez comes to the plate. Ramirez was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. She singled every time she came to the plate in game number 2. She's ahead in the count right now, 1-0. Two and 0 now. That one elevated, but must have been at the top of the strike zone for strike number 1. It's 2-1. Not a bad take right there if you're Peyton. Ramirez, slow roller to short, and another 6-3 put out for Walker at short. So 2-way now for Kinsey Sue. Kinsey was 1 for 3 and also walked. Kinsey swinging at the first pitch off the end of the bat. Another roller to short. And another 6-3 put out. 1-2-3 inning for Nunez and the Lady Indians. Still scoreless as we have finished 2. We'll be back with the start of the 3rd right after this here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Still scoreless after 2 in Game 3 between Shallowater and Jim Ned. Gracie Banks back in the circle for her 3rd inning of work here in Game 3. This will be her 10th inning on the day. And it's 8-9-1 due up for Jim Ned. Indiana Jones, Lady Indians second baseman, will lead off. She came in. She did not start Game 2, but she came in to replace Ella Wunderlich. She went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Starts game number 3 here in the 8th spot. She's made some good plays at second base today. She reaches out to foul that one back. 0-1. One of the Jim Ned fans I was talking to in between games just said, what doesn't have to be said, like, it's a shame that one of these teams won't make it to the regional finals. It's a shame that one of these teams will be done today. Down to the final 3 in Region 1 as Iowa Park is waiting the winner of this one. Gracie with the pop-up. And there's one away in the top of the 3rd. Paige Wilson now, the DP. Starting pitcher of Game 2, pitched in relief. I feel like we'll see her at some point here in Game 3 as well. It's a real luxury for Coach Erica Jones to have both Wilson and Nunez. Nunez, though, picking up right where she left off in Game number 2. She is hitting her spots here to start Game 3. Here's a slow roller to second. Late to get out of the glove, and she's safe. An infield single. Kinsey Cook fielded it, but then kind of an error on the transfer. Cambry, the senior over there, coaching her up. You see, it was fielded cleanly, just a little slow on the exchange, and it gave Wilson time to get down there. I'm going to say E4. I don't know how Aaron and Josie might score that on Game Changer, but we'll say ROE. And that was number 17, Ella Wunderlich, into run. So 1 on. Like I said, I'm going to say E4 right there. Say we're still looking for our first hit of this game from either team. That one's fouled back by Cabrera. Cabrera, first hitter in Game 3 here to get her second at bat. She flied out to left field to start the first. Cabrera was 0 in Game number 2, so looking for her first hit today. That one a ball on the outside. His ball and his strike call audibly sounds the same. I just got to trust the signal on that one. So Cabrera steps out. And now the 1-1 from Gracie. Overhead, takes a big stop off the backstop. Really just the net, and it got out past Kinsey. I mean, it bounced out in front of home plate. I thought Kinsey might have a chance for a play if it would have popped right back to her. So wild pitch gets Wilson to second. She'll be an unearned run out there at second, but Gracie hoping she doesn't find the plate. Just one out here in a 1-2 count now after Cabrera fouls that back. Cabrera hits one right back up the middle. Wilson, big turnaround third. A shot from Stevenson, in center field. Keeps Wilson at third. Single for Cabrera. She advances to second on the throw. But Stevenson saves a run for now. 2 in scoring position for Charlie Lawson. Charlie struck out for out number 2 in the first. She was 0 for 4, but drove in a run in game number 2 this afternoon. This one fly to right field. Sends Reese back. It'll be a sac fly. Nice job out there by Reese Connor. Fresh into right field, called on for a big out. That one was tough, and she had to go back and get it, looking straight back into the sun. So there are 2 away. So the sac fly from Lawson, the first RBI in this game. Still looking for Coach Rodriguez was looking for some kind of an explanation there. 1 hit, 1 run on the board, 1 error, as that was an unearned run. There's 2 away now. And a runner at third for Jaden Nunez. Nunez was 3 for 4 in game number 2 earlier this afternoon. She struck out for out number 3 in the top of the first. She took a good pitch right there on the inside corner from Gracie Banks. Big moment here with 2 outs already early in this game, but Banks trying to hold him to 1. Nunez and the Indians looking for a crooked number in the third. Nunez has been really good in the circle since she came in relief. Pitched the last 3 innings of game 2. Off to a good start here in game number 3. That one inside to make it 2-1. Nunez chases one up, fouls it straight back over the press box to even the count at 2-2. She was kind of mad at herself. You could tell when she turned around, she's mad that she chased that one. A win for Gracie right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on third here in the top of the third. Off speed, bounces in front of the plate. So full count now for Nunez. Payoff from Gracie is fouled back. Spoiled by Nunez, and she'll see another one. Phillies left before 8 a.m. in Shallow Water today. It is turning into a long day, so we're just getting started here in game number 3. Decisive game in this regional semifinal. Here's the 3-2 to Nunez. Off speed, bounces in front of the plate, but it's going to get away from Kinsey, and Cabrera will come in to score from third. And again, it's weird because that would just die in the dirt and it like bounced off the turf. You know, Kinsey, you feel like wasn't really expecting that. And that's number 25, McKenna Milyorn. The courtesy run. Got 2 on the board now here in the third frame for Jim Ned. Here's Lauren Walker. She flied out to center. To start the second inning. She was out number 1 of the second inning. She's ahead in the count here, 1-0. They're making Gracie work here in the third. This one, a chopper. Cambry is going to have to come with it. And she didn't waste a lot of time, but not in time at first. They've got a pickle here at third, and Cambry gets out number 3. So a big base running miscue as Walker gets the infield single. Beats that one out. It was just a slow chopper to Cambry. Cambry with a strong throw, but Walker too quick. And then the base running mistake by Nunez to get thrown out at third. That will end the top half of the third inning. 2 hits, 1 left on base. They get 2 on the board, 1 of them unearned because of that error. Phillies coming to the plate at the bottom of the third right after this in the Shallow Water Sports Network.
The future starts here in Shallow Water ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallow Water ISD, in a class of our own.
Founded in 1913 and located in northwest Lubbock County, Shallow Water is a place you will find people with small town values who pride themselves in West Texas traditions. Shallow Water is a community you will be proud to call home. Mayor Roy King Potter and the Shallow Water City Council encourage you to stop in and say hello. They want to make Shallow Water the best it can be. Shallow Water, where Texas pride runs deep.
Welcome back to Big Spring. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Phillies in the bottom of the second. Jim Ned got 2 in the top half of the third. We're at the bottom of the third. They got 2 in the top half of the third. So it's 2-0 Jim Ned. Cassidy Dutra is at the plate. She was not on the scorecard. to start this one as Kinsey Banks started at second base. She was shown as the 8-hole hitter, but Dutra coming to the plate. One of the bats that Coach Rodriguez and Coach Gray can play with in their order. Dutra, big swing, but fouled it off. She was on top of that one. Dutra lifts this one to left field. Well hit, going back off the base of the wall. And a loud single for Cassidy Dutra. That one had a chance. And I think maybe out of the box, she thought that one might be over the fence. Instead, it's a loud single for Cassidy Dutra. A well hit ball. And now Ava Martinez, who's moved from right field to left field. Kaya Aranya's injury. Ava's in left. Swing at one high there for strike one. She was 1 for 4 with a run scored in game number 2. She'll step out and talk. To Coach Rodriguez as we have a runner for Dutra at first, and that's Kinsey Banks, who's playing second base. So now the 0-1 to Martinez right here. Another high one she couldn't lay off, and it's 0-2. Throw down to check on Kinsey at first. We've seen Hallie Nielsen do that a few times. 0-2 count on Martinez after the leadoff single from Cassidy Dutra to start the bottom of the third for the Phillies. That one's outside. 1-2, good take there from Ava. Ava looks at ball 2. Pitch was really in the same spot as ball 1. Trying to get Ava to chase. She went after a couple of high ones for the first 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 from Nunez outside, and she cued it foul near the Philly dugout. So she'll see another 2-2. She's putting together a nice at-bat right here. Here in the bottom of the third. Phillies kind of got through the order quick on Wilson in game number 2. Not so far against Nunez. Here's a hit to right field. And almost overrun out there by Piper Tilley. She had to reach back over her head to get that one. But there's one away. And now Gracie Banks back at the plate. She reached on an E9. That was the play where Tilley kind of got shaken up. And that was just a high fly ball where Tilley or Lawson could have got it over in right center field, and some miscommunication, end up dropping it. Tilley ends up with the error because it touched her glove, but a little miscommunication there. But Gracie, they got her to pop up. That one outside. So now hitter's count for Gracie. 2-0. She was 2 for 5 in game number 2 earlier today. See if she can give herself some run support. That one was high. And it's 3-0. That one Caught the outer half, but it was high. Gracie taking all the way right there. Looks at strike one. So the 3-1 for Gracie, a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the third. Goes the other way with it, but slices it foul over the Philly dugout, and now a full count. So Nunez has worked back from a 3-0 count. She's got that nasty off speed. See if she goes with that. She goes low and inside instead. Was trying to get Gracie reaching out over the plate. Gracie works the walk. So runners now in first and second, one away. Skylar Stevenson coming to the plate. She flied out to left field in her first at bat. She was 1 for 4 in game 2 earlier with 2 RBIs and a run scored.
Now batting number 3, Stevenson.
Skylar looks at strike one. That was a good pitch. It was at the knees on the outer half. That one she offered. She jumped out in front of the plate in a bunt attempt. So even though that was low and outside, it's strike two because she had the bat in the zone. Tough spot for Skylar here to battle back. The 0-2 on the way from Nunez. Off speed, she reaches out and pops it up. Infield fly called by the home plate umpire. And there's one away. Or there's two away, excuse me. Cambry Baker now comes to the plate. Runners on first and second. 2 away, bottom of the third. Phillies trying to answer the 2 runs in the top half of the inning from Jim Neds. Trying to keep pace right here. Nunez has been a tough customer today. Phillies took her deep 3 times in the second inning of game 1. Got 6 runs on 6 hits in that second inning and chased her out of game 1. But she has been dealing today so far in relief in game 2 and now starting as game 3. Off speed, she pulled the string on Cambry to make it 0-2. She doesn't throw that pitch a lot, but it's been effective for her. Baker just reaches out to foul off that off-speed pitch. That one was low, too. But she golfs it over the Philly dugout. Baker pops one up, left side of the infield. Playable right outside the third base line. Phillies get one hit, their first hit here in game 3. They lead 2 on. In a scoreless third inning for the Phillies. It's 2-0 Jim Ned. After 3, we'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
It's strength training in 2-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Fillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
We're back in Big Spring at Lady Steer Field for the start of the fourth inning. Phillies got their first hit of game 3 there in the bottom of the third, but they leave 2 on. No runs scored in the third, and it's 5-6-7 due for Jim Ned to start the fourth. Hadley Sanders, she reached on air back in the second inning. Cued that one back to Gracie in the circle, and Gracie had trouble flipping it over to first base. So an 0-2 count here for Sanders after that foul ball. Gracie gets a roller. Waiting for the explanation from home plate. Calls her out at home. So, not sure if it was fair or foul down the left field line. Dutra was right on the line. Not Dutra, Peyton Ramirez was right on the line. But he calls the batter out. I don't know if she was out of the box when she touched the ball. Either way, 1 out. I'm not sure how you score that, but Piper Tilley is back. Lakin Bishop came in to bat for her in the second inning after she was shaken up in the field. But Tilley now batting, pops up the first pitch out to Skylar for out number 2. And now Hallie Nielsen, the opposing catcher, up at the plate. She popped up to Phoenix to end the second inning. She comes up with 2 outs again here in the fourth. That pitch outside for ball 1. Nielsen, the 7-hole hitter for Jim Ned. She was 1 for 3 in game 2 earlier. Pops this one up. Kinsey's got a chance, and she gloves it near the on-deck circle on the Phillies side of the field. What a play. What a hustle from Kinsey Sue to chase that one down. Not enough air under that for Phoenix to get there, but Kinsey gets there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Banks and the Phillies. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth.
At GVI Law, you're not hiring one attorney, you're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
Take one more look at Kinsey Sue to get out number 3. What hustle, what camera work by Angel Flores to get over there quickly. That pole in the way and everything. On that renewed collision instant replay, Gracie Banks retired the Indians in order in the top of the fourth here in the home half. 4-5-6 due up for the Phillies. Phoenix Navahar, she popped up to third in her first at bat. She had a 3-run bomb to get the Phillies into this game, number 3. 3 of the 7 runs off of that one hit from Phoenix, and there's a hot shot right up the middle. Good play by Charlie Lawson to keep that from getting it to the fence. Navajar's second hit of the day. And the leadoff runner on for the Phillies as Saiz comes to the plate. Aspen Saiz lined out, or hit a line drive off the forearm of Lauren Walker at shortstop earlier. It was a line drive and then popped up in the air. It hit the ground. Walker had enough time because it was hit so hard to grab it and make the throw to third, get the 6-3 put out. A little pause here as Bree Gray comes in to run at first. Aspen looks at one right down the middle for strike one. Still looking for her first hit of the day. She did draw a walk and reach in game number 2. That one off speed in the dirt, gets back to the screen, and that'll give Bree a chance to get to second. To now runner in scoring position for Aspen after the leadoff single from Phoenix Navahar. Aspen, the only left-handed bat in the order for the Phillies. Takes strike number 2. It's a good pitch on the outer half, so it's 1-2 now. Nunez trying to work around a leadoff hit in the fourth. Aspen lays off of that one. She went off speed and outside of just too far outside. She had Aspen leaning over the plate. It's 2-2, and now may try to speed her back up again. But that's a dangerous pitch, especially after that pass ball a second ago. They got Gray into scoring position. There's one elevated. And now full count. Again, just a little bit too high to try to get that swing and a miss, but it is hot today. And you know these girls are starting to feel a little bit of that fatigue out there. Full count. Aspen, pop up, right side, just foul. Is in no man's land. Back behind first base. First baseman, second baseman couldn't get back there. Right fielder couldn't get there, but it was, as Coach Gray showed, he looked across the diamond at Coach Rodriguez. She said, "Where's it at?" And he said, "Yeah, it was about a 1.5 foot foul." So another payoff pitch. This one lifted in the air, right center field, playable out in center for Charlie Lawson, and there's one away. A big out right there and a big break. If that ball right before that lands 2 feet further to the north, Phillies have 2 on and nobody out. Said Ramirez comes to the plate with 1 away, but she's got a runner in scoring position. She grounded to short in her first at bat here in game 3. That's the first time she had been put out today. She was 4 for 4 in game 2. The 1-0 here is outside, and it's 2-0. And even Nielsen was looking at the dugout right there. That pitch was close, and she said it's outside. She signaled to the dugout, it's outside. She's setting up out there again. That one, a called strike. Not a whole lot different from the pitch before that. But it's 2-1 now for Peyton. One away, bottom of the fourth. She goes inside and froze her on the corner. So it's 2-2 now. That was a good pitch. She had her leaning outside and paints the inside corner. The 2-2 outside and a full count for Peyton. That's a tough take. That one was right on the edge, a little further out than what she got a strike call on, but not by much. And with 2 strikes, that's a good take. Good plate discipline there from Ramirez. Kinsey is in the on-deck circle, and she took her shin pads off, had them laying in the on-deck circle, and the first base umpire calls for time very loudly and abruptly to get those knee pads off the field. Now 3-2. Hit right back up the middle. Bree had to freeze a little bit so that ball didn't hit her. And she'll stop at third. Kind of a tough break that she wasn't able to run off contacts, but she had to hold up. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You got to let that ball go in front of you. She stops at third, so now runners on the corner for Kinsey Sue. Second hit of the inning. Peyton is now 5 of 6 today with 5 singles. She is hitting the ball well. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner here for Peyton at first. Braylee Scarborough is now in at first, getting some instruction from Coach Gray. Runners on the corners for Kinsey. Kinsey grounded out to short for out number 3 of the second inning. Her first at bat here in game 3. She was 1 for 3 with a walk in game number 2 this afternoon. But she homered in 3 consecutive games. That streak ended in game number 2 today. She shows bunt. That one was low. She pulled back and took ball 1. That one was in the dirt. Or on the turf, to be a little more accurate. So now the 1-0 off the backstop, but takes a big hop. And that will hold Bree at third. Bree never even thought about it, I don't think. I can't see down the third base line very well. And Braylee took off and then stopped. But in a way, it might have been good. She could have drawn a throw if the catcher would have forgot about the runner at third. Might have been a sneaky way to score a run. The 2-0 now elevated. She went off speed but didn't get it in the zone. And it's 3-0. First base open. You might put Kinsey on there. Called strike. Kinsey was taken all the way. She showed bunt, but then pulls it back. 3-1 count. She could drive one into right field, too. Thought about it, but she takes ball 4 instead. That was a good at-bat by Kinsey. Again, that was a tough take. You want to swing the bat and drive in some runs, but instead she takes the walk. That pitch was high. So the base is loaded for Kinsey Banks. Kinsey did not bat in the first. Dutra came in, or in the second. Kinsey led off the second, or excuse me, Cassidy led off the second in Kinsey's spot. So this is Kinsey's first at bat. She's got one out and the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth, and that one high for ball one. Jaden Nunez started out really strong in game two in relief, has continued here in game three, in a little bit of trouble now in the bottom of the fourth. Kinsey's ahead in the count, 2-0. Bases loaded, bottom of the fourth, one away. Kinsey looks at ball three. That one was up. Nowhere to put Banks. She'll be taken all the way right here. Nunez right down the middle for strike one. So big spot here. The Phillies trailing by 2. They've got them loaded here in the bottom of the fourth. Trying to tie this or take the lead. Kinsey fouls it back, and we've got a full count. Timed it up, but just got under it. A big spot here in game number 3, the winner of this one, moving on to the regional final. Kinsey pops it up. Is it deep enough? Left side, Bree stays at third. A good throw in from Cabrera in left field, and they're 2 away. Ava Martinez had allowed out to right field in her first at bat. Comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We might see a pinch hitter here as Martinez is walking back towards the dugout. Number 19, Aubrey Maldonado, putting her batting gloves on and working her way towards the plate. Big spot here. So Maldonado, the 6th Philly to come to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. She looks at one outside for ball one. The 1-0 outside, it's 2-0. Jaden Nunez worked back from a 3-0 count to get Kinsey Banks for out number 2. She's got a 2-0 count here to Maldonado. Banks, a freshman, Maldonado, a junior. Called on in a big spot here. Aubrey fouls it back, straight back, and it's 2-1. And 2-1 on the way from Nunez. Outside, it's 3-1. And again, way out there, not really a tough pitch to lay off of if you're Aubrey. 3-1, nowhere to put her. The base is loaded, bottom of the fourth. Aubrey rolls it left side, and they'll go 6-5 for the putout. Big right there for Nunez. The Phillies get 2 hits. No errors, no runs. 3 left on base in the bottom of the fourth. It's still 2-0. We'll be back with the start of the fifth right after this here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Noble Fence Company has been in business since 2001. Owners Branham and Lee Noble are proud West Texans, born and raised in Lubbock, and Texas Tech alumni. Now, Lee and Katie are proud members of the Shallow Water community supporting the Mustangs and Fillies. At Noble Fence, our main focus is customer service. Contractors can be hard to deal with, but our goal is to make your fence job as easy as possible while building the highest quality fence possible. We specialize in customizing a fence to fit your individual needs using only the highest quality materials and unsurpassed workmanship. We strive to build quality fences, but more importantly, quality relationships with the great people of West Texas. Find us at noblefence.com and call or email us today.
Phillies load the bases in the bottom of the fourth, but they leave them loaded. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and those 3 left on base. They sent 6 to the plate, but give Jaden Nunez a lot of credit to work out of that jam, and she worked out of some hitters' counts. She had a 3-0 count on Kenzie Banks, worked it full, got the pop up, the pop out. It wasn't deep enough to score the run from third, and then the ground out with the bases loaded after a 3-1 count. And now it's 8-9-1 due up for Jim Ned to start the 5th. Indiana Jones popped up to Gracie in her first at bat. That one was low or outside, and it's ball 1. Popped up. It's 1-1 for Indiana Jones. And 8-9-1. She started at second base in game 2 and then came in late to replace Wunderlich in the batting order. She started, and this is her second at bat here in game number 3. That was a check swing, ground ball. The 5-3 put out, 1 away, and now Paige Wilson comes to the plate, designated player. She reached on error and came in to score in that 2-run third. She was the first run of the game. Got into scoring position on a wild pitch. There's 1 away here for Wilson. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. It's crazy how good this Jim Ned lineup is that Paige Wilson is hitting in the 9-hole. Number 3 team in the state. Had a 17-game win streak until this afternoon. Phillies battling for a spot in the regional final. Oh, 0-2 count on Wilson. Gracie goes low and away. Wilson pops it up, and an error there. I don't know who called for it, but nobody went out and got it. They're both looking right up in the sun, Phoenix Navahar and Kenzie Banks, and that's tough for the 9-hole hitter to reach on error again. So Wilson on with 1 out. Now back to the top of the order. Gabby Cabrera back at the plate for the 3rd time here in game 3. She singled and scored the 2nd run of that 2-run third. She shows bunt there, but it goes foul up to third base side. In the 0-1, Banks right now working in her 12th inning today. She pitched all 7 in game 2. Now a third of the way into the 5th inning here. Jim Ned with a 2-0 lead. They got 2 in the 3rd. One on, one out. 1-1. Driven to left field. Stevenson under it for out number 2. And now Charlie Lawson, Jim Ned center fielder, comes to the plate. She struck out in the 1st and then had a sac fly in the 2nd out of inning number 3, but she brought in that 2nd run. She hit one deep to right field, or deep enough to right field. Lawson takes ball 1 outside. Again, these are extra pitches that you wish Gracie was throwing in the 6th now instead of the 5th. After the error extends the inning, she gets a pop-up in foul territory. Will it stay in play? It does, and Phoenix got a glove on it, but dropped it near the Philly dugout. She was running out of room and knew it. So new life here. New life for Lawson. Let's see what she does with it. That one outside. It's 2-1 now. Lawson hits this one right at Kinsey at second. Kinsey hauls it in for out number 3. So 1 error, 1 left on base, but no runs and no hits. It's 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in 2-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
Spirit Mortgage is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Fillies. You truly embody the spirit.
We're back for the bottom of the 5th here in Big Spring. It's game number 3 in this best of 3 series between Jim Ned and Shallow Water, the regional semifinal. 3A Division 1 in Region 1. And it looks like we got a pitching change here for the Lady Indians. We're back at the top of the order. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Fillies in the home half of the 5th. And this would have been the 3rd time through the order for Jaden Nunez. So she, and of course they can bring her back if Wilson gets in any kind of trouble. They can always bring Nunez back in to pitch. Nunez will not leave the game. I don't think. I'm looking for, yeah, she's out at first base now, so they'll move around a little bit defensively. But either way, she can come back in and pitch. So now Paige Wilson, who started game number 2, she pitched the first 4 innings, gave up 5 earned runs on 9 hits, also walked 1. She had 2 strikeouts. Banks back at the plate. We knew we would see Wilson at some point here in game number 3, and it's going to be in the 5th. Nunez was really good her time in the circle today in games 2 and games 3. Don't know if we'll see her again. I think maybe the Phillies are hoping they can get Wilson in trouble to bring Nunez back out. Called strike for Gracie here to start the 5th. That one fouled away. It's 0-2. So they've got to, Phillies have got to get to work now. Still 9 outs to work with back at the top of the order, but it's time to start getting some hits. Phillies left them loaded in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a hit right back up the middle. Leadoff hitter on. That's Gracie's first hit in game number 3. And now Skylar Stevenson, who popped up to first base her last time up. She's 0 for 2. She flied out to left back in the 1st. See that one. A hot shot up the middle. Eden Schlimmer, as expected, coming in to run again for Gracie at first. Stevenson, a little chat with Coach Rod down the third base line. Skylar and the Phillies trying to get something cooking here in the bottom of the 5th. Called strike. That was a good pitch. Looked like it was right down the middle, maybe knee high. Oh, 1. She gets her with the riser up high. Couldn't lay off. It's 0-2. When Wilson came in relief in game 1, she was really good. She gave up 1 hit over the last 5 innings of game 1 Thursday night. Phillies got 9 hits on her in game number 2 earlier today. This one fouled back out of play. So Skylar will see another 0-2. Reese Connor is usually at first base. She's kind of been the one to come in and run for Gracie all year, but Reese out in right field. So Eden has run for Gracie today when Gracie's been on. Gracie drew a walk in the 3rd, and now this single here in the 5th put Schlimmer back on the bases. Here's another 0-2 outside, and she takes that one, 1-2. Skylar looks at that one in the dirt, kicks away from Nielsen behind the plate, and Schlimmer will get there on the wild pitch. She's at second, so now a runner in scoring position. And Skylar has worked this to a 2-2 count. Stevenson fouls that one straight back. Another 2-2 pitch on the way. Skylar calls for time, and she gets it, so she steps out of the box as it was taking a little bit for Wilson to get the call. She was looking at her wristband in the circle. That one outside. That was a good stab from Nielsen. That one outside of the left-handed batter's box, and Nielsen hauls it in to keep Schlemmer at second. Full count now for Stevenson. Skyler, after being down in the count 0-2, works the walk. Runners on, first and second. Banks with the single to lead off this inning. Skyler draws the walk, and here's Cambry Baker with runners on first and second. Nobody out. Cambry lined out to the second baseman and then popped up to the third baseman in her first two at-bats here in Game 3. Cam shows bunt, lays it down. She's there. Infield single. It wasn't caught at first base, but she was there in time. I'm giving her a single for that. Well-executed bunt to load the bases for the Phillies. And now Phoenix Navahar at the plate. She hit a 3-run homer in game number 2. That was the big hit for the Phillies to get them to this game number 3. She singled in her last at-bat. That was also against Nunez. Her first look at Wilson here today, but she homered off Wilson earlier. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Phoenix looks at strike one. That was a good pitch from Wilson at the knees on the outside corner. Setting up outside. Navahar looks at one low and away. That one was borderline, but she gets the call. It's 1-1. Might have just been a little bit too low. That was a little bit lower, I feel like, in the previous one. The 1-1 on the way from Wilson. Called strike 2 on the outer half. That one was up a little bit. She had been going low. She gets that one up. And now 1-2 for Phoenix. Navahar checks her swing. That one was low and away to make it 2-2. Nice job by Phoenix to lay off of that one. The appeal down to first just for fun, and now the 2-2 on the way from Wilson. Navahar right back up the middle. Does it get overhead? It does! Base of the wall. Schlemmer comes in to score. Play at the plate, not in time. Out. So the Phillies score 2. Baker was trying to sneak in. She was running hard the whole way. So Schlemmer comes in to score. She was running for Banks. Skylar Stevenson scored from second. She held up. Cam was running hard from first base all the way. Stevenson beat the throw. Cam almost got under it, but she is out at home for out number 1. 2 RBI double there, or single, excuse me, for Phoenix Navahar. Back-to-back hits in her last 2 at-bats for Navahar. She has tied the game. And now Aspen Saiz at the plate, looking for her first hit here in Game 3. Phillies with a little bit of juice now in that dugout. What a stab behind the plate by Nielsen. That one was on the turf outside, and she reached out and gloved it. 1-1 count now for Aspen. So the Phillies have drawn even. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Saiz looks at ball 2. She's ahead in the count now, 2-1. Phoenix with a line drive to straightaway center field off the base of the wall. That's a tough read for the center fielder, Lawson. Here's one, hit to the left side. Is it fair? No. Slicing foul. Man, that would have been huge. Should take a look at this Renew Collision instant replay. Gets on that one late, and it was hooking. Oh, yeah, it's foul by a few feet. Well, you can tell on the replay. But look at Coach Rod. She wanted that call. Or she wanted that to fall. Not really looking for the call, but you wanted that to stay fair. So now a 2-2 for Aspen. Thais to right field. It's gloved there by Tilly. And they'll keep Phoenix at first. Phoenix was thinking what I was. I thought it was going to get over her head. So Phoenix got halfway. Now they're 2 away, allowed out right there. 2 well-hit balls in a row, but F9 in the book. And Peyton Ramirez comes up to the plate. She's 5 for 6 on the day. 1 for 2 here in game number 3. She looks at ball 1. That one high for ball 2. And now the 2-0 for Peyton. 3-0. Throw down from Nielsen to Nunez at first. Check on Phoenix, but a 3-0 count. Kenzie Sue on deck. Would love a chance to come up with a runner in scoring position. Ramirez taking all the way. It's 3-1. Peyton has taken a few folks deep this year. She's had one heck of a postseason. This one. Shallow center field. It's a line drive in the book. She is 6 for 7 today. 6 singles, and she keeps the line moving. Navahar now at second. Ramirez at first, and Kenzie Sue comes to the plate. She walked in her last at bat, or her last plate appearance. She's 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to short in the second. This will be her first look here in game number 3 at least against Wilson. She's making an adjustment after she takes the knee pads off. And now getting ready to step in the circle. Two on, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Kenzie looks at strike 1. That was a good pitch. Phillies have been leaning out. They've been living on the outer half of the plate, and they come in right there to get strike 1. Big moment. Can Wilson keep it tied? Can Sue give the Phillies the lead? Kenzie off speed was out in front of that one. Another good pitch to make it 0-2 from Wilson. That was nasty. Wilson trying to minimize the damage. Keep it locked at 2. Sue. Phillies already have a crooked number up. They've got 2 in the bottom of the 5th to tie it. Kenzie would love to give the Phillies the lead. Sue looks at 1 outside for ball 1, 1-2. That's a good 0-2 pitch there from Wilson. That's a good take. Really good plate discipline from Kenzie Sue. Seen some really good at-bats on both sides today, both Jim Ned and Shallowater, showing why they're 2 of the best teams in the state. The 1-2 off speed. She cues it to second. And the flip in time. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We have a new ball game here in Big Spring. It's 2-2 as we head to the 6th.
I often tell people that we're in the service business. We just happen to fix cars. The people of Lubbock, the people of West Texas really speak to me. We make sure that the car's fixed right, and we also do that with exceptional customer service. We're removing frustration, stress, anxiety. We truly are trying to renew peace of mind to our customers. Really want to focus on that as far as the culture that we have in Renew Collision.
The future starts here in Shallowater ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallowater ISD, in a class of our own.
We're tied at 2 as we start the 6th inning here in game number 3 of the regional semifinal between Shallowater and Jim Ned. 3-4-5 due up for the Lady Indians in the top half of the 6th. Jaden Nunez, who started this game in the circle, is 0 for 1. She struck out in the first, walked in the third. This is her 3rd time up. Nunez, who moved to first base in the bottom half of the 5th. Wilson came in, and the Phillies get 2 to tie this game. Nunez down the left field line, and it's foul, but she crushed that one foul. 0 for 1 in this game. She was 3 for 4 in game number 2 earlier this afternoon. The sun becoming a bit of an issue now for the right side of the infield and for Reese Connor out there in right field. So I wouldn't say setting yet, it's almost 5 o'clock, but more of an issue than it was for that high noon game. There's a good take, one that was low and inside to even the count for Nunez. Nunez could still come back and pitch in this game 3. She was really good in the circle today. In relief in game 2, and as the starter here in game 3, that was a big swing and a miss at that one. Gracie got her to chase with the elevation. The 1-2 from Banks on the way. This one elevated. She skies it to left field, going back, and it's gone. Solo home run for Jaden Nunez. And just like that, Jim Ned back out in front, 3-2. Right after the Phillies get the equalizer in the bottom of the 5th, tied up at 2. Lead-off home run from Jaden Nunez, the 3-hole hitter in the top of the 6th. Indians back out front, 3-2.
Now batting number 2, Walker.
Lauren Walker, shortstop at the plate. She singled in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 2 today, or 1 for 2 here in game 3. She was 2 for 4 in game number 2. Scored a run in that game. Called strike to even the count at 1-1. Here's one well hit to left center field. It'll fall in front of the fence. Martinez up with it, but a stand-up double. 2 extra base hits for the Lady Indians to start the 6th. Gracie has been out there in the circle all day long for the Phillies. Kinsey tying her shoe back here behind the plate before Hadley Sanders steps in. She was called out on interference, reached on error back in the 2nd. Interference was in the 4th. See if she can keep the line moving. She offers it that one. It was outside, but she offers for strike 1. So back-to-back hits to start the 6th for the Lady Indians. They have taken back momentum very quickly here in the top of the 6th after the Phillies got 2 in the 5th to tie it. That one outside for ball 1. That was low and away. It's 1-1. They've got 2-0 on the scoreboard, but Jake knows what's up. That one outside and fouled away off the end of the bat. It's 1-2. They still got the scoreboard wrong. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strikeout number 4 on the day. First strikeout for Gracie since back in the 2nd inning. And now Piper Tilley, right fielder, back at the plate. She flied out in her only at bat. Big cut for strike 1. She flied out to center field. Remember, Lakin Bishop came in to hit for her in the 2nd. Bishop struck out. So just the 2nd plate appearance here in game 3 for Piper Tilley. She was swinging for the fence right there. This one popped up left side. Does it stay in play? No, it gets just foul. Peyton Ramirez got right to the fence. She was ready, but it just snuck out of here. And it's 0-2. Two is grounded left side. Cambry cuts it off in the hole, and they try to catch the runner in a pickle. They do. The runner is out. So nice play by Cambry and kind of a tough break as Walker was working that pickle. She's out number 2. Tilley stays at first base. That was well played. She did a good job. She wasn't going to make the throw to first, but she checked the runner, and then instead of throwing to first, she threw it to 2nd. And as soon as she released it, Walker was going, and unfortunately for Walker, she threw it to 2nd instead of first. That was well executed by Cambry Baker and Kinsey there at second base. Peyton catches that one before it hits the floor. Phillies with some defense. Flashing the leather to end the 6th, but a solo homer from Jaden Nunez, and it's 3-2 in favor of Jim Ned as we head to the bottom of the sixth. We'll be right back here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Fillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
Solo homer from Jaden Nunez puts Jim Ned back out in front, 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. They got one run on 2 hits, left 1 on base. Fancy defense there from Camry Baker. Heads up play from the senior shortstop. Did a great job of ranging to her right to get to a well-hit ball that should have been a hit, or was a hit, I guess technically an infield single for Jim Ned, but she knew she wasn't going to get the out at first, so she flips to second, and they get the runner at second in a pickle for out number 2. And then Peyton Ramirez, a nice play at third to get the Phillies out of the inning. It's 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the sixth. Kenzie Banks, who helped Camry Baker make that play, she was right there at second to try to get the runner. Just good defense, a senior and a freshman working together on that big play. Big swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Again, they've got it messed up on the scoreboard. They're showing 1-1 on the scoreboard, but the umpire very clearly saying 0-2. Paige Wilson now a 1-1 lead. Trying to get Jim Ned to the regional final. There's a pop-up there for out number 1 from Banks, and now Ava Martinez back at the plate. She's 0 for 1. She flied out to right field. Aubrey Maldonado hit in her spot in the 4th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Martinez back at the plate. Martinez swings to the first pitch, pops it up near first base, and they're 2 away in the Phillies 6th. Back to the top of the order for Gracie Banks. She singled and came in to score on that bases loaded